Hello everybody, this is Matt with Vilayer. This video is going to cover getting started with your new game server. It pertains to new customers that purchase game servers. It's the basics of getting it up and going and what to do after you make your purchase. And if you're watching this video, more than likely you're new to Vilayer, so I definitely want to thank you for coming aboard. We definitely appreciate it. When you first sign up, you're going to receive an initial purchase confirmation email. You're also going to receive one like this, what you see on the screen there. It's going to tell you that your game server provisioning is started. Basically what this means is we have assigned a server for you and we've started the install process of getting it up and running. As you can see in the email here, it contains some of the information that you'll need to log into the control panel. Right down here we have the control panel URL. We call it ACP for admin control panel. It'll also have your username and your password to log in with. I will tell you initially, don't log in. I know you're probably excited and want to get in there and start managing your game server, but you don't want to get in there yet. You want to wait until you get the provisioning complete email. If you go in there prior to getting it and start clicking around and changing things, it'll actually interrupt the install and we'll have to go in and manually start it for you. And the end result is it'll be delayed. The time it'll take you to get the game server will end up being longer than it would initially, so it's in your best interest just to wait until you get the provisioning complete email. When you get that email, it'll look like this. It gives you some of the general information about the server. It gives you the server's IP, the port, the query port, how many slots it is, and it also provides you with your login information once again. Once you get this email, you're all set to go ahead and log in. So you'll want to click the link right there, and that'll bring you to this login page. It may look different for different people depending on if you the theme that's selected at the time. When you get to this page, you want to go ahead and put in your username and password, and also enter the CAPTCHA. And that'll log you into the home page of the server of your control panel. It'll look different depending on the services that you have. In this case, this is my account and I have several servers on it. This home page that you come to is actually customizable. You can put these widgets on there for game tracker that give you some statistics about the servers. More than likely, when you first log in, you'll either see something right here in the center of the screen that shows your server IP. If you don't see that, click on Game Services. If you only have one server, that'll take you directly into the server admin area. If you have more than one, you'll want to click on the IP for the corresponding server. So we'll click on one of my DayZ servers. You go ahead and it'll open up like this. Now again, depending on the specific game that you purchased, the options here can be different. As you can see, there's a lot of buttons down here that are specific to DayZ. You're not going to see those if you have a non-DayZ server. If you have a DayZ server, pay particular attention to this next part. I'm going to walk over the first steps that you need to do once you get the server. It's important that you follow these steps or the server won't work correctly. We want to make sure the server works great for you out of the box, so just make sure you follow them and you won't have any issues. If you fail to follow them, you might have some unintended consequences on the server. You might not be able to load in. It might have problems when you try to start it. So make sure you just follow these steps. First off, ignore the status error there. This is the testing server and we were testing some new things on it. What you should see when you first log in, your server will either say stopped or running. If it says running, there'll be a stop button right next to where it says start. Just click stop. It'll take a few seconds. It'll have a loading thing that comes up on the screen and you just wait for that to go away and the status will become stopped. Next, you want to click Mod Manager. This is the page where you install maps and any of the additional tools that we offer. All new DayZ servers have Chernarus Public installed by default. Again, this is a testing server and it doesn't currently have it on there, but yours will. Right here where it says install, it'll say uninstall on your server. Click uninstall. This is going to uninstall the map and get it off there. You'll have no maps installed. The reason we're doing this is anytime you apply an update to the server, you need to have all of the mods uninstalled or it'll cause some problems. It needs to get rid of all the map files so when the update comes through and puts the new files in, there's no conflicts there. So when you click uninstall, it'll pop up with a progress window. Let the progress window go through, and then it'll show install there, and it'll say not installed, meaning it's no longer there. Once you do that, go up to here where it shows DayZ package, however many slots, and the IP. Hover over it and you get this drop-down menu. Click on updates. This is going to take you to the update section. All new DayZ servers, it may vary depending on when you purchase the server. The updates that you see here will vary. It may show 1, it may show 2. Currently, at the time of making this video, all of our servers come with the Vilayer Code 5.6 update pre-installed, and you'll need to update to the Vilayer Code 5.75. All you need to do to update is just click install. It comes up with a task window, and in this case it's a very small update, so it installs quickly. This is just an incremental bug fix update, so it goes very quick. An update like the 5.6 update you see there, that was a very large update. So the time it takes to install them can vary. 5.6 as an example could have taken anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to install. As you saw with 5.75, we're talking 30 seconds to install. So that can vary depending on which update it is. Now, once it shows the update's been installed, it'll make this one show uninstalled. Don't worry about that. You only need to have the newest update installed. After that's done, hover back over the IP here and go back to Mod Manager. Once on the Mod Manager page, you can install whichever map you want. However, first, you need to scroll down, and right here where it says Vilayer DayZ Server Manager, you need to install this. This particular mod it's a required one for all servers. It gives you the control over the vehicles. It's what controls new vehicles spawning in and gives you all the custom options for controlling the vehicles. So you go ahead right here and click install, and you have these accordion menus that come up. You can go ahead and expand them. Right here, vehicle creation limit. You can set this to whatever you want. If you want tons of vehicles on your server, just set it to something like 200. The server won't actually spawn that many. It just makes the database spawn as many as possible. Every map has a different max limit. Chernarus, as an example, will usually max out between 85 and 100 vehicles. Right here, you always want this vehicle cleanup option set to destroyed vehicles only. You can set it to the heavily damaged if you want, or slightly damaged, but I highly recommend just leaving it on destroyed vehicles only. And then right here, new vehicles spawn with. And this is the amount of damage they spawn with. You can either pick no damage, so they don't need to be repaired, some damage, so they're might just need a tire or something like that, or heavy damage, where there's a chance they could need everything. Or random, and that'll mix it up. Some vehicles will be heavy, some will be light. And new vehicle spawn options. For the fuel, this is the fuel spawn option. You can pick how much fuel you want them to spawn with. Again, that's totally personal preference, however you want it to be on your server. And then this last accordion menu is your server time. For right now, you can set that to anything. I'll make another video that explains all the configuration files and what you can and can't change and how to do it. So go ahead and just pick anything random. I'll go UTC -3. Then scroll back up, click install. And we'll give that a moment to install. There it goes. Alright, once that's finished, you can install the map. We'll do Chernarus just as an example for right now. And so Chernarus public, you'll click install, and you get a menu similar to what you had previously. So again, expand the first option. Right here, you can make the host name whatever you want. You can set the in-game password. This is the in-game admin password that Arma uses, where you can log in as an admin inside the game itself. Select whatever difficulty you want. Select whether you want in-game voice enabled or disabled. Select whatever beta version you want to enforce. And I'll explain the beta versions and some more information about that in a later video. Third person crosshair. These are your message of the day lines. These show up when you first join the server. Everybody can see them. You can put anything you want there. And scroll down. And right here you can set your Archon password along with your max ping. And then in the last menu you can enable or disable side chat. One note about side chat is if you have voice enabled up here and side chat enabled, that allows people to use their voice in side chat. There's no way to disable voice in a specific channel, so that's up to your personal preference. I know people that like to have side chat on, some people don't, so that's entirely up to you. Once you select all your settings, you click install. And once that's finished, it'll show installed right here. And then you're pretty much ready to go. You also have some additional mods that you can install if you want. These are more or less third-party mods, so the support that we provide is limited. We will have some videos in the future explaining how to use them. The first one here is Gotcha Anti-Hack. This is a server-side anti-hacking tool. It's somewhat basic at the moment. It can detect hacked-in weapons and things along those lines, weapons that are illegal to DayZ, some basic teleport detection. We're working with the developers to expand its functionality, and hopefully when we're done, it'll be close to the best possible anti-hack system that you can have on a server. Then we have the automatic whitelist feature. This allows you to lock your server down, so only people that you want to join can join it. You get a configuration file where you can add specific GUIDs of people that you want to play on the server. If somebody joins that's not on the list, they get kicked. And then you have BattleEye extended controls. This is a fairly complex plugin. I recommend doing some reading up on it to get a full understanding of it, but it's fairly powerful in what it can do. You can do scheduled messages that run on loops. You can set up custom commands in game. You can have it give certain information in game to everybody. You can kick from in game. There's just tons and tons of stuff you can do it. That's a whole series of videos all by itself. But once you have everything here the way you want it, the server is essentially ready to go. If you want to customize it a little bit further, you can go to the configuration files section and do some customization there. I'll be doing another video specifically for configuration, so if you decide you want to watch that, go ahead and check the list of videos and we'll get you set up so you can watch and figure out how to get your server configured correctly. Once you have everything done, you can click right here where it has your IP and click Start on the server, and that's going to start the server. Once it's started, it'll show running right here. Currently this server, like I mentioned, was a test server, so it's not running, but I can give you an example of one that is running. We'll go with this one right here. That's what it'll look like normally. When the server's running, it'll show you the status of it. Then up here you have players, the CPU, the memory, so you get some basic ideas of what's going on. That'll cover it for this video. Again, my name's Matt. I welcome you to Vilayer. If you have any questions, feel free to come in our TeamSpeak. It's ts3.vilayer.com. We're more than happy to help you out.